Jai Ho. Good morning, my dear children of class 10th. I welcome you all for today's class. So, I hope you all are excited to know the next law of football. So, before I start the next law, that is our law number 3, let us go to our law number 2. What did you learn? In our previous class, you came to know law number 2, that is the ball. So, in ball, the material being used, the air pressure to be filled, how, where, how many panels are there, the material is of what kind, hmm? Regarding the ball was our second law. Now let us see let us learn about law number 3, that is the players. So children, let us begin our law number 3 in football. So there are 5 important points where you will come to know what is the rule and what are the duties, what are the importance of this law number 3 for a player in a football game. Let us start the 5 important points of law number 3. So let us go one by one. So the first one is number of players. So whenever you are playing a match, there are certain players for different sports, for different game. Now in football, when we are playing a match, you have in a team. So there are two teams participating for a particular match. So every team must have 11 plus 5 players. So they should have a team consists of 11 plus 5 players. So one team is having total 16 players in their one team. So this is point number 1. And let us see second point, that is number of substitution. Yes, very important, number of substitution. If anything goes wrong, if any injuries take place, so what is the procedure and whom to change? So we have a playing 11 team and we have 5 extra players, that is our substitute players. So in a particular match, in one match, we have 3 substitutions. So we have how many substitutions? We have 3 substitutions. So in this process, a team can do, in one particular match we can have 3 changes. We can change our any 3 players. That is point number 2. Let us see point number 3. So the point number 3 is substitution procedure. Yes, now you know we can change 3 players. Now how, what is the procedure for this? It's very simple, dear children. So whenever we are going for any competition, anywhere, we are participating in school level, we are participating in inter-school level, state level, national level, international level. So in that, the organizers have a list. So there is a format. In that format, they provide us a blank sheet where we have to mention our team name and the number of players in a team. So there are totally 16 players in a team. So we have to mention first 11 players, those who are going to play that particular match, that particular game, and remaining 5 extra players. And that list we should hand over to the referee, to the officials, because the officials will be giving us the list. And after filling the names of all our players and their jersey numbers too, there is a, the format is already there. In that format, the serial number is there, name of the participant, like name of the player and their jersey number. So this thing is there, and that after filling it, after completing the list, we hand over the list to the officials before the match. Now during the match, during the match, how the procedure take place for substitution. So when we are playing a particular match, so as you know, we can have three changes in one match. Now when the game is stopped, it may be while throw, it may be when the ball has gone out or the goal has been scored. During that time, we have to intimate to the official, and that official will inform to the main referee who is controlling the game. In that duration, in that time, when the signal is been given to the main referee, when the game has been stopped, so there during that time we can change the substitutions. That time we can change the players, we can replace the players. So in that process also, when the official permits the player who is playing inside to go out, because we are doing a change, so the player who is going to enter the ground and play that match is ready to go. After the intimation, the player who is coming out has to come from the halfway line outside, and after coming out only of that field, then only the substitution player goes inside and becomes a playing 11 member. He becomes a team member in a game, but when he is out, it is a normal substitute player. So they are not permitted immediately anytime going inside and playing. No, after this procedure only they are allowed to go in. So you have to intimate the official. Now this change substitution, halfway line their player comes out, and from the halfway line the change player will enter inside. Now one more is there. If any one among our 5 substitution name is not there in the list, which list we are providing before the match. As you know, when they are giving us the format, the list, we fill the name of our all 16 players. By mistake we miss any one player, or we are having one more extra player but his name is not there in that list, so that player cannot go and play that particular match because the name is not there. So for substitution, any three, the player who is there, their name must be there in that list which we are giving before the match. Now let us see next point. Changing of goalkeeper. Yes. So changing of goalkeeper. So every team has a goalkeeper. Now in this process, out of 11 players, one is a goalkeeper. So during a match, any situation is there or anything is there, and they feel they want to change the goalkeeper. So among the 10 players, those who are there in that particular match playing inside, the team can change the goalkeeper by informing to the main referee, by intimating to the referee. Okay, so we want to change our goalkeeper. So among the 10 players, those who are playing in that particular match, they can become a goalkeeper. So in changing this, we require to take the permission of the official, the referee who is controlling the game, and this changeover has to be done when the stoppage time is there. When the game has been stopped, in that particular time, we can intimate to the referee and the changeover can be done, the replacement of inside the field only. Anyone can change the goalkeeper and become a player. So the goalkeeper will become a player playing, and one player will become a goalkeeper. Anyone among the 10 can become a goalkeeper, and this has to be intimated to the our referee who is controlling the game, and this process during the stoppage time. Now let us see the next point, that is players and substitution and replace. So as you know, we are doing three substitutions, right? Same thing here also it is there, but here are some very important point. Now in this process, when we are replacing a player, as you know, a player after intimating, after giving who is going inside and which player is coming outside, this intimation is given for the referee, and referee permits to enter and go out. So which player is coming out and which player is coming into play. In this process, a player who has been sent off from that particular game, when he comes out of that ground, he becomes a substitute player. He becomes a substitute extra player. And the player who was substitute, he goes inside, he enters in from out as a substitution. When he enters in, he becomes a playing 11 member. He becomes a playing 11 member for that particular game. Now the player who has come out, if he wants to play again in that particular match, he is not allowed to play, because he, once you are sent off the game, when you leave the ground and come out, when the changeover is there, when you have been substituted, so you become a substitute only at that particular match. You cannot go and play again. And same process is there. You have to intimate to the officials, the main referee, and this changeover takes place. So the player has to come from halfway line, and those who are going inside, the player, he also has to go from the halfway line inside. Now during this time, after the match, the game has been tied. The game is tied. They give extra time. So extra time depends on the competition level. What was the timing of the match and what level it is, whether it is a school level matches, whether it is a district level matches, national level matches, divisional level matches, or international level matches. So there is certain time. So in that certain time, if it is decided before, only the organizers will decide earlier only in the rules what they get. Okay, what will be the extra time if the tiebreaker is there. So in that tie time, extra time, you get 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes or 20 minutes. It depends on the organizers and the competition level. So during that time, we can again change the player who is sitting out. So during extra time, the remaining substitutions if we have, so we can change and make them as a playing 11 members. Now in this, one more most important thing is, only 3 substitutions are allowed during the match, and the process is informing and then entering inside. We have completed our 3 substitutions and extra time is there. So during extra time, we can change the player. We can re-enter the player by informing to the officials. So my dear children, these are the 5 important points in law number 3, the number of players. That is law number 3 in football. So I hope you came to know so far the rule number 3 of football. And very soon we shall meet for the next class to know more about the law number 4. And you will be excited to know the law number 4, what it is. So we will meet very soon in our next class. Until that, I hope you are fit and fine. Now it's time to send off from you all for today. We will meet very soon for the next class. Till then, take care. Have a great day. Jai Hind.